Good evening, and welcome to the fastest few minutes in sports. I'm Brian Mathis, your host for this week's events for the Indianapolis GAA. Good evening, and welcome to the fastest few minutes in sports. I'm your host, Brian Mathis, and we'll go over this weekend's events for the Indianapolis GAA. This past Sunday was a beautiful day for hurling with a terrific temperature, but a mighty wind from the southwest coming. It really affected today's games. At the 10 a.m. game, we had Good Earth versus Upland. Good Earth had the wind at their back to start and was giving Upland a healthy beating, but not enough as Upland came back in the second half with the wind to put the beer goggles on the Good Earth players and to bring the game to a draw. Goalie Drew Hambrick suffered a hand injury, and Alex Walker did a great job for the Good Earth team. For the Upland team, Matt Lewis played Mike Monahan to a draw and even scored the final point to bring that game to a draw. The first yellow card of the season went to Good Earth's own Rudy Neerling. The final, Upland 3-6, Good Earth 2-9. For the other 10 a.m. game, we have Runners versus Pogues. Runners scored early and often with the wind. This reporter watched the first 15 minutes of the game and only saw the ball go in to the Runners halfback line 3 times. Pogues severely underestimated the Runners' offense and was not able to mount their own attack once they had the wind at their back. Runners, Danny Jorgensen and Ty Bremer did a terrific job. For the Pogues, Courtney Yagi and Woody White anchored that defense. The final, Pogues 0-9 to Runners 1-14. For the 11 a.m. game, we see Clada versus Connors, with Connors getting all of their firepower back and top pointer for the Big Orange Owen out. Clada faced an uphill battle. Clada was just could not generate enough offense to counteract the Connors attack. Peter John and Joe Witkowski did a great job for the Clada team, and Reardon was his usual unstoppable self. The final of that game, 5-9 for Connors, 1-6 for the Clada. There were 3 yellows given in this game. The other 11 a.m. game was Health Source versus Two Gingers. Health Source jumped out to a big lead at half, again using the wind to score a lot of points. But at half, Kyle Griffith came on, even though he was protecting his pretty face as his nuptials are coming up soon. The Health Source defense could not handle the triple threat of Fagan, the Burninator, the wind, and Kyle. However, they scored out enough to eke out a draw in this game. Health Source saw Trey Markham and Mandy Manadama do a great job, and Two Gingers, Kyle Griffith and Sean Corman were star players. The final of that game, 7-7 to 5-13. At noon, we saw the Camogie teams take the field. Team Toby's Turtles versus Team Lewis. An unbelievable 33 women came out to play, and the best standard of opening Camogie this reporter and head coach of the Camogie team has seen in the past years. Team Black struck first, but Team Green came back with a terrific aerial attack. Allison Sublett was a standout. If her husband ends up being half the hurler that she is, his team will be a great one this year. Inspired play by Laura Barnhart and Sarah Saft show that these ladies are getting ready to defend their title this fall. And the spring pub crawl is coming up on April 26th. Frankly, I don't know how the Swami is going to be able to pick with the added adventure of the pub crawl being the night before the next games. Now it's time to bring on the Swami. Frankly, things are a little bit murky. I don't know when players are coming in, I don't know when people are on vacation, but it's still, I'm working on the future, and each week this should get a little bit brighter. So let's go over my past picks. I was 2-2 in the first week. This past week, it dipped to 1-1 with those 2 draws that even the Swami is not supposed to be able to pick. So for my season total, I'm 3-3-2. 50%, not so bad, but we'll work on doing better. So the first leap to that is going to the 10 a.m. game, Health Source versus Connors. I say with Connors with all their firepower and Health Source not being a full team yet, I'm picking Connors. The other 10 a.m. game, Runners versus Two Gingers. I've been voting against Runners for the past 2 weeks. I don't make the same mistake again. Runners to win that one. For the 11 a.m. game, I've got Good Earth versus the Claddagh. The Claddagh is not going to get enough firepower for the Good Earth. They're mad about their draw, Big Orange Falls. Finally, Pogues versus Upland. I've got Pogues coming out to win that one. We come back on April 27th. I'll see you on the pitch.